Hi, I'm Larry, and welcome to Chair Chat. Hey, so today's topics, I wanted to kind of go and give my 2 cents while I breathe my incense. Just to have a little relaxed kind of hang out and just chat. I thought in this episode, since it is Chair Chat, that I'd try something a little bit different, a little more conversational. Something that just kind of crossed my mind. I got to thinking and thought it'd be kind of a funny, lighthearted topic. You know, last week we discussed, bowel, bladder control issues, and I was thinking that it would be kind of cool to discuss sort of Toots, TTs, and public toilets, stuff like that. Why? That's a good question. Like I said, it was just something that kind of popped into my head, and thought it'd be something. It's relevant. It's something that we deal with, and it's a chair chat topic. It all kind of started the other day when I went to Lowe's and I picked up a couple of the big 5-gallon water jugs, and partially because we have well water where I'm at and it's pretty rough, and there's no system in the rental, so we use we have one of those dispensers, so I go and refill those and so forth. But I'm sitting there checking out, and I'm lifting this 5-gallon thing. Poor lady. But I go and I lift it, and I ripped one. And early injury Larry, younger Larry would have been really embarrassed by it. But now Larry, I was just like, oh, sorry, excuse me. And just went along with my day. And it wasn't until I kind of sat down in the car that I thought and got to wondering, like, people's perspective on that. You hear the stories of older folk as they get older, they just stop giving a rip and they just let them rip. And maybe that's a sign of I'm getting older, or maybe it's a sign of I've been in a chair too long. But I realized that it just happens, and I just kind of chuckle. Like, it's happened in CrossFit, and for all my friends that have put up with me there, sorry. But I mean, and I've told my wife when I met her, I said, truth is, part of chair life, for me anyways, I can push them, but I can't hold them. So it is what it is at that point. The kids get a kick out of it every time. And, but it is important to know that, it's part of what we deal with, and that it is what it is. There's no reason if anybody's new or embarrassed by it, or there's no need to be. It's what happens. We do it as tots, as kids, and we do it again when we're older, and all throughout. So it happens. The other thing I wanted to discuss was, public toilets. As far as the public bathrooms, I guess part of my pet peeves only is I don't mind people using the handicap accessible stall. I mean, we shouldn't, because it's open to the public. If it's there, I mean, it's there to use. I think the only time it gets a little frustrating for me is when there's a whole bunch of stalls and the only one taken is the big roomy one. Somebody uses the big one, and it's the only one I can get into, and it's a little frustrating. But it is what it is. It's there for public use. The one thing that I can't stand, being a male who has to sit to go tinkle, is adults that go and use it, make a mess, and don't bother cleaning up after themselves. That bothers me. So if you do it, don't do it. One thing I think would be really fantastic. I remember I went to I can't remember if it was an airport. I doubt it was the airport. I think it was a restaurant or something. But they had a little toilet canister cleaner, kind of like a hand sanitizer pump, but it had a spot to where you could roll some toilet paper, you spray some of this toilet cleaner, antiseptic or whatever, and you could wipe the seat. Fantastic. Loved it. You know, usually, and I'll see if I can find it here, what I tend to carry on my persons is one of these little to-go disinfectant sprays. Because unfortunately, again, guys don't typically aim very well and don't clean up after themselves, so I use that. And airports, forget about it. They're pretty rough. I had an experience one time where a guy, I don't know where it's from or whichever, but cuts me off to go into the handicap and then completely just wrecks it. No cares, walks right out, and I'm just like, really? Come on, how old are we now? But again, because I don't depend on others to do what they need to do, I make sure that I take the step to take care of what I need to take care of. And being that we use public facilities, we need to keep an eye on our hygiene. Lysol spray, all right? Carry it with you at all times. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of it. When I tooted in Lowe's, it just made me think of all the times where in public there were situations where I've passed gas or messed myself in some fashion. So it's always good to kind of be prepared as much as you can. At least those are the steps I take, is I keep my Lysol with me for the whichever, or for keeping public cleanliness, you know, kind of there. But yeah, as far as the toots, I mean, I've gotten to where I don't even care anymore. It's just part of the day-to-day, and I just laugh and chuckle. The kids get a kick, and it is what it is, you know. What I would like to do with some of these chair chats is keep some informational, some inspirational, and then you know, some just, if something flies by and that pops into my head, share a little story, discuss a little topic, see if any of you guys have had similar situations, or if you have any other ideas on how you prepare for public potties and poots. Like, you know, if you got some funny stories, share it. I'm all ears. But I think that about wraps up our topic for today. Just again, short little conversation of something I thought was funny, and I still think's funny, and I probably 10 years from now will still think is funny. You know, and you know, as always, you guys, thanks for taking the time to listen to me, watch. Give me some ideas on things that you want to hear about, or if you want to see me do something. If you want to see me climb a tree, I'll climb a tree. If you want to see if you got questions on what I am able and not able to do, you know, throw it out there, and I'll see if I can't do a little mini episode on that. But yeah, thanks again for watching. Y'all take care now. See ya. Bye-bye. Hey everybody, I just wanted to add one more thing to this topic. I got a couple days to think about it, and like some of my favorite and least favorite public toilet areas or bathrooms, at least from a perspective of a male me, I guess. A couple of my least favorites are bars, airports, and honestly, usually, and this next one, I guess it's all area dependent on a couple of those as well. But like
big convenience stores like Walmart or grocery stores, certain ones, those kind of depend on the area, I think. Some of my favorite bathrooms, well, I gotta say, I went and traveled a couple of years ago to Japan and for a wheelchair tennis tournament, and their airports bathrooms were the cleanest I've ever seen. It was absolutely phenomenal. It was pretty incredible just to see a different culture, and just the standards and stuff like that was pretty amazing. So airports is also, I guess, technically one of my favorite. If it's just not here, I guess. But some of my other, I guess, maybe not favorite, but like preferred. Honestly, some of the rest areas are not bad. I mean, they can be twofold. But I found that I usually prefer a rest areas bathroom over, say, a Walmart or a Lowe's or something like that. I haven't had much luck in those. I'm usually having to clean up after them. Again, why I keep the Lysol spray just in case. And obviously, bars are bars, because yeah, restaurants usually aren't too bad, depending. But yeah, those would be, I think, a few of my favorite. I'd be curious to hear what your preferences are, I guess, as far as, or if you've been like blown away, like, holy cow, it's a nice bathroom, right? Anyway, I just figured I'd add that. Thanks, guys. My other favorites is in the woods, because yeah, I like outdoorsy, at least for one of the things. Anyway, thought I'd add that. Having to kind of sit there and do a little waddle dance and whatnot. You know, the other thing I wanted to discuss was What am I gonna do with you guys, huh? You lazy bums. Kiki! Hello! So yeah, if you guys want to try to see me climb a tree, let me know. I will give it a whirl.